Catherine Baguio Bugayin po, a first-year student of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy from Far Eastern University sa Manila po. And this interview po will take about 20 to 30 minutes and will involve a few questions. So now we're excited to discuss your experience and perspectives on leadership and public service. Let's begin with some questions about your journey and your vision as a leader po. First question po is, what does leadership mean to you?
Well, leadership is the process of course, influencing and guiding individuals towards certain goal, certain path. Pero being a leader also entails also being a good follower, kasi a leader can only provide guidance. And to be able to ascend to a leadership position, first you have to understand that a good leader started from being a good follower. So, in that particular sense, mas nalalaman natin kung ano talaga yung pangangailangan din. Because when you guide, when you guide and influence a group of people, it's not towards a goal that you have set for yourself. Kasi the goal should always be what would be the best for that particular group of people. Because what would be best for the leader may not be the best interest for the best interest of the group. So a good leader influences and guides the group towards their best interest and not the best interest of the need of the leader.
Second question po is, describe the key action and behaviors of the person that you've experienced as your best leader.
Well, like what I said, for me, example is the best leader is someone who has the best interest of the people in mind, someone who is willing to make decisions even if these are unpopular decisions, someone who has foresight to see what would be the best for the future of the people. Ang problema ngayon kasi madaming leader ang hindi na gumagawa ng long-term programs kasi dito sa atin every 3 years ang eleksyon eh. So, in order to, if you have a long-term program, may mga tao na hindi makikita yung resulta ng programa mo until after a period of time. Mainitin ng mga Pilipino eh. So, yung karamihan ng leader natin, nagre-resort sila sa ayuda na lang. Mabigyan ng konting pera yung mga tao kasi feeling nila, pag nabigyan mo ng konting pera, nagawa mo na yung mo, which is wrong.
For you, sir, are leaders more
All leaders are made. They evolve, they learn from their surroundings, they learn from what is happening around them. So, hindi naman talaga na pag anak mo, na-stop ka, leader mo. Hindi. Actually, you have to decide if you want to be a leader. You have to be willing to make sacrifices if you want to be a good leader. And that process is a long process because you have to convince yourself that you want to be a leader, that you're willing to make those sacrifices, that you're willing to be unpopular, that you're willing to spend your time serving other people despite the fact na kinukuha mo yung time na yan sa sarili mo.
What is a role model?
A role model is someone that you're not leader. Role model is someone that you would look up to. But we have to, yung the person looking up to that particular individual should first know what is right. There are lots of different classifications of a role model, but it depends on the person looking up to that particular individual. Kung ano yung role model na gusto niya. And para sa akin, a role model should be someone who has positive outlook for other people, someone who want the best interest of the greater majority. Yan yung to prosper.
So, for number 5 question po, sir, what can leaders do to help others in the organization to see the future?
Explain to them. Make people realize the bigger picture. Make the people learn. Alam mo, sadly, ang sakit ng ibang tao is they can only see what is in front of them. They cannot see further ahead in the future. Sadly, we have a culture of selfishness din. Di bali na basta okay para sa akin, di bali nang hindi okay para sa kanila. A good example is, siguro yun nga, kagaya ng sinabi ko is making people realize benefits of long-term projects. I gave it an example kanina doon sa mga kausap ko. Pag tinatanong ko sa kanila, pag may pera kayo, saan yung gusto mong i-enroll yung anak nyo? Sa public school o sa private school? Then lahat sila magsasabi, pag may pera sa private school, pag walang pera sa public school. Pag may pera ka, bakit sa private school mo gusto i-enroll? Kasi mas maganda daw yung quality of education, dahil mas maganda yung facility, mas mahusay yung mga teach, yung mga professors. Dahil tinanong ko, ang UP, government school o private school? Pero, government. Pero lahat ng magulang, nangangarap na sana pumasa sa UP yung anak ko, sana graduate sa UP ano mo. But it's a government school. Ang Quezon City Science High School. Is it government or private? So government. Pero lahat rin ang magulang gusto sa Quezon City Science, pero sobrang hirap mag-qualify sa Quezon City Science dahil mahusay yung quality of education that they give. Hindi ka basta-basta na ma-accept. So kadalasan ang na-accept yung anak ng mga mayayaman. Kasi yung mga anak ng mayayaman nag-elementary sa private school na mataas din yung standard. So pag nag-apply sa Quezon City Science, pumapasa. Yung anak mo mahihirap. Kung saan ito, government school to dahil graduate sa elementary, sa public elementary school na hindi ganun kataas yung quality of education. Pag nag-entrance exam dito, hindi pumapasa. But kung gusto pala ng gobyerno na pataasin yung standard ng public school, kaya naman pala kaya naman pala pagandahin yung mga government schools. Kaya naman pala gawa ng lagyan ng pondo para mahuhusay na professor ang makuha. Kaya naman pala gawa ng tamang facility. Pero bakit hindi ginagawa ngayon? Kasi matagal magpagawa ng eskwelahan Ang elected official natin nasa 3-year term. Baka bago matapos yung eskwelahan, eleksyon na naman, wala akong mapapakita sa tao dahil hindi pa nila napakinabangan yan So anong iniisip ng elected official? Hindi, bibigyan ko na lang ng pera, bibigyan ko na lang ng 2,000, bibigyan ko na lang ng ayuda. Kasi yun, immediate. Look what's happening to our country. In the long run, mas nawawalan yung mga tao. Dahil ngayon, pababa yung standard natin ng public school system natin, pababa. In fact, in Asia, we are 11th. We elected statesmen, we elected leaders who wanted the best for the Filipino people. Ngayon, we only have leaders na iniisip ng paano ko madidili.
What are some of the actions you take to create a climate for change and encourage risk-taking?
It's by setting examples. What we could do, a leader could just create the proper venue for people. When I was congressman, I worked hard para to improve the healthcare system in my district. I fought for funding for East Avenue to improve it from a 400 bed capacity hospital to a 1,000 bed capacity. I worked for additional funding for MKTI to be able to build a new wing for yung mga needy and underprivileged people. During that time, nag-isasabi sa akin, hindi kayo boboto ng tao niyan dahil hindi naman nila nakikita yung ginagawa mo, which was true. But it was the right thing to do. And people who now benefit from additional mental mass, they realize that what I did was true.
Should leader let their constituents fail? Should
A leader should try his best so that the constituents will not fail, so that the constituency would prosper, so that the constituency would develop. That's the role, that's the purpose of a good leader. Good leader should teach you how to fish. Di ba? Not give you fish. Kasi ano you have to prepare yung constituency mo for future. Huwag mo sila turuan maging tamad. A leader should prepare the proper environment for the constituency to flourish. But they will only flourish if they also learn that they also have to contribute something. They also have to work for it. Anong napapansin ko? For example, ito in public service. Magbibigay ka ng isang magandang facility sa barangay. Gagamitin na masira. Mapupundi yung bombilya. Pwede naman nilang palitan pero hindi nila papalitan. Lalapit ulit sa'yo. Kung pengen naman pamili ng bombilya kasi napundi yung Mali. Di ba? Then, nagiging dependent sila. Pero, bibigyan mo sila ng sasakyan. Yung sasakyan, alam naman natin, kailangan may maintenance, kailangan pinapalitan ng tangis, pero gagamitin nila hanggang bumigay. Tapos pag bumigay, kasi expected nila, kung nasira yung sasakyan na binigay mo, pagawa mo naman. But we have to teach them to be responsible also. Kasi pagka gano'n yung in-encourage natin yung gano'n, natin wala.
how can leaders create a climate of trust and facilitate relationships among people in the world?
Pero the climate of trust is first of all, you should be leadership by example. If you ask your constituency to follow you, to work, then you also have to be willing to work. Then they will eventually trust you pag nakita nila na, pinagbubuhat kami ng bigas, pero siya nagbubuhat rin. Then eventually, trust. Eventually, pag nakita nung constituency mo yung fruits of yung kung saan mo sila dinala, then they will slowly trust you. But trust is a long process. Trust is not, it's not given freely. Trust is earned. So that's the thing. But of course, it's also up to the constituency kung do you want to trust. Kasi hindi porket you have the best interest in mind, they will trust you. Parang yung tanong mo una, yung a good role model. Minsan yung constituency mo, may idol kahit mali. Idol niya yung may nakita siyang sugarol, gambling lord. Nahinggit siya dahil bakit yung gambling lord mayaman. So ang role model niya yun. So kahit anong sabi mo sa kanya, kahit anong example na mahusay bibigay mo, kung yun na yung naging role model niya, yun na yun.
What are the three things that can be done to improve in each leadership practice? And what are the three things that you can do to continue learning to be a better leader?
Learn from others, learn from the mistakes, learn from what has worked. It's not bad to copy what is working. You don't need to be the inventor of everything. But you could always strive to improve what is already working. Yun.
So, what are the three things that you can do to continue learning?
Be receptive to other people's idea. Understand that you don't have a monopoly on good ideas. Sometimes more brains are better than one. So you have to learn to accept the fact that you're not always the brightest in the room. Pangalawa is to experience. It's experience is the best teacher. You have to experience failure, you have to experience success, and then learn from those experiences. You have to experience what is working in other countries and what is not working, so you could do it in your own jurisdiction. And three, to be able to continue to be a better leader, then you have to always disassociate yourself with success. Ibig sabihin na huwag lalaki yung ulo mo. Always try to put in mind that even the best idea can be improved, and you should improve it because times change. The best idea now may not be the best idea 20 years from now. What is good for 10 million, 100 million people now might not be what is best for 200 million people.
So, tell me about the time you struggled with work-life balance. Did you manage to solve the problem? How did you do?
You know, when I went into public service, I convinced myself that politics is not a livelihood. It's not a means to earn a living. Kailangan may hanap buhay akong sarili. So I had to work towards becoming a good public servant. At the same time, I also had to work to make my business successful, and I had to do it at the same time. Then nagkaroon pa ako ng pamilya. Then I have to balance it now ngayon. But of course, those things entail sacrifices, sacrifices that your family should understand. Ang pinaka nagsakripisyo, siyempre, yung pamilya mo, yung asawa mo, yung anak mo, because kinunan mo sila ng oras. Dahil yung oras mo, binigay mo sa constituency mo. Pagkatapos mo binigay sa constituency mo, kailangan naman asikasuhan mo yung hanap buhay mo. That also takes time. The thing with time is definite. When I say definite, there are only 24 hours in a day. Kahit gano'ng kadami yung pera mo, you cannot buy time. You can only manage what you do with your time. And even the best time management system, kung napakadami mong bagay na ginagawa, kung napakadami mong didivide yung oras mo para mapagbigyan lahat, then meron magsasakripisyo. In my case na, ang karamihan ng sakripisyo napunta sa pamilya ko. But I have to explain na ang nangyari noon, I made sure na bago pumunta ng eskwelahan yung mga anak ko, gising ako ng maaga para makita nila ako. Pagkapasok nila ng eskwela, aalis na rin ako sa bahay. Darating sila, of course, sa hapon, nang gagawin nila yung mga school activities nila, assignments, extracurricular activities, and I make sure na pagkakain na kami, nandun din ako sa bahay to have dinner with them. Pagkatapos mag-dinner, pag umakyat na sila sa kwarto, lalabas na naman ako to be able to do my additional responsibilities sa barangay, sa district. But of course, siyempre, malaking sakripisyo doon. While yung pag nag-aaral yung anak mo, minsan nakakalusog ka, hindi nila napapansin na wala ka. Pero siyempre, yung asawa mo, yung malaking sakripisyo rin dahil talaga siya nakikita na wala ka talaga. But, that's the sacrifice that you have to make.
How do you monitor the performance of individual team members? And in what specific ways do you motivate your team?
Well, it's hard to micromanage people, and what you have to do is to form a good team and to make sure that every part of that team works according to their purpose, according to their function. I think that's the only way for you to become successful, whether it's in politics or when you're in business. Hindi kayang gawin ng presidente lahat ng bagay. There's the key is getting good people. Get people smarter than you.
So, how would you describe your leadership style?
Well, my leadership style is building a teamwork. You know, I have like what I said. I don't have a monopoly on the good ideas and the best deeds. It has to be a consensus. So ako, leadership by consensus. We ask other members of the team the best direction. But you also have to be a firm leader because sometimes, sinasabi nga, di ba, consensus is a consensus building is parang a part of the democratic process. But sometimes democracy doesn't always work. You know, when too many people decides or too many people are consulted and argue, tapos doon ka lang magkakaroon ng decision, then nothing will happen. So at times, while we try to build consensus, we also need to be firm and to make decisions quickly.
Thank you so much po for your time and valuable insights today. Your input will be incredibly helpful in the making of our final paper. So if you have any questions in the future or would like to see the findings, feel free to reach out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next question po is, should leader let their constituents fail? Should.
A leader should try his best so that the constituents will not fail, so that the constituency would prosper, so that the constituency would develop. That's the role, that's the purpose of a good leader. Ang leader that allows his constituency to fail is not a good leader. A leader, good example, a leader na pinapaasa yung mga tao is not good leadership because you're teaching yung mga tao how to be mendicants, how to be dependent on you. That's wrong. A leader na iniisip lang, bibigyan ko na lang ng pera ito. It's not good leadership. A good leader should teach you how to fish. Di ba? Not give you fish. Kasi you have to prepare yung constituency mo for future. Huwag mo sila turuan maging tamad. A leader should prepare the proper environment for the constituency to flourish. But they will only flourish if they also learn that they also have to contribute something. They also have to work for it. Anong napapansin ko? For example, ito in public service. Magbibigay ka ng isang magandang facility sa barangay. Gagamitin ng masira. Mapupundi yung bumbilya. Pwede naman nilang palitan pero hindi nila papalitan. Lalapit ulit sa'yo. Kung pengen naman pambili ng bumbilya kasi napundi yung Mali. Di ba? Then, nagiging dependent sila. Pero, bibigyan mo sila ng sasakyan. Yung sasakyan, alam naman natin, kailangan may maintenance, kailangan pinapalitan ng tanis, pero gagamitin nila hanggang bumigay. Tapos pag bumigay, kasi expected nila, kung nasira yung sasakyan na binigay mo, pagawa mo naman. But we have to teach them to be responsible also. Kasi pagka gano'n yung ini-encourage natin yung gano'n, natin wala.